Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this little snowman here. It's really cute. I don't even have one to show you to start with because I sold them all at my last class. But I have to give whoever this is credit. It's not in English, and so I don't even know how to even go from there. But I promised a friend I would show you how to make the snowman, so here we go. Ready? So I'm going to cut all the cardstock and stuff, and I'm going to use metric. I'm going to use centimeters just because, gotta get my cheat sheet back. That's what she did here. So we're going to start with, and I'm going to just use basic white cardstock. I think thick white might have been a little bit better, but I had basic scrap. That's what I'm using. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of basic white at 14 centimeters. If I say inches, remember it's centimeters. And then we need this one to be 3 centimeters wide. So now I have a piece that is 14 by 3. And then I'm going to score this at 3 centimeters and at 13 centimeters. Okay, so we have our first piece, right? Then I'm going to take my next piece, and this one needs to be 9 centimeters. And this one needs to be by 2. So I'm going to take that. And now I have a piece that is 9 by 2. Whoop, this piece. This one's too long. Okay, and that one doesn't need to be scored at all. Okay, now we need a piece of black. This is going to be his hat. And I'm going to take this one and cut it down to 13 and a half. 13 and a half. And this one needs to be 2 centimeters too. Okay, so there's his hat right there. Oh, we need to score this one though. And we need to score this one a bunch. We're going to score it at 4. And at 5 and a half. And at 7. And at 9. Now I plan, not today, I'll probably do it tomorrow, but I'm going to put on my gallery all these measurements and all these score lines so you could recreate this. I think they're really cute and simple, and I think as a little gift for maybe, you know, your bank teller, your postal worker, maybe your coffee people, that's probably what I'll use them for, but I sell them too at my classes and my craft fair. Okay, so now we need to make something for his nose, and I think it's easier to, I'm going to just cut this down to 3. Oh, it is already 3. Okay, I'm going to just cut this off so it's square down here. But we want this to be 3 millimeters, and then I'm going to score it at a 1/2 centimeter. Oh, I cut it. Dadgummit. Hang on, I got to get another piece. Did you ever do that? That was not smart. Okay, I have tons of scraps. Let me go back again. We want it 3. Get rid of that cutting blade. That wasn't very smart. Okay, I'm going to square this off again just because I think it's easier. Phew. Okay, let's now get rid of that cutting blade. We're going to score it now at a 1/2 centimeter. I'm trying to line that up, and it's not very hard. It's not very easy because of that bump. Hey, put up with me. Okay, at a 1/2, and I scored this time at 1. And then at, make sure at 2 1/2. Okay, now we just need to cut this down, and that doesn't look right at all. I don't think that's right. Nope, I did cut it wrong. Okay, we're going to try the nose one more time. Be sure and look at my, my gallery, because you won't have to put up with this. 3 centimeters, I'm going to square that off one more time, and now I'm going to score it right. We want to score it at 1/2. I got that part right. Get rid of my cutting blade. 1/2. 1 1/2, which is this line here. There we go. That looks right now. And then at 2 1/2. There, that now it looks right. Okay, like that. And then we need a 1/2 centimeter, or yeah, 1/2 centimeter. So I'm going to go like this, and it's so much easier to cut that way than to try to score that tiny little piece of cardstock. And thanks for putting up with me. Doggone, I'm going to get rid of that one. So I keep this one. I'll make a bunch more of these, and I'll keep that little nose piece, and then just cut off a 1/2 centimeter when I need it. Oh, brother. Okay, then I have some designer series paper here, and I'm going to cut one of them at 2 centimeters. Well, you know what though? Hang on a second, I have to think. Nope, it doesn't matter. 2 centimeters by what? 2 centimeters by, where did it go? 2 centimeters by, drum roll, 3. And I need 2 of these. So where's my 3 centimeters? This is going to be his scarf. 2 centimeters and 3 centimeters. Did I say 2? That should be, it should be 2 by 3. And then we're going to score these, and I'm going to try to score them at the same time. Her instructions are a little bit confusing. Oh, at 1 centimeter. We need to score them at 1 centimeter here. And then I'm going to turn them over and score them at 1 centimeter on the other side. Try to line those up so I can do them at the same time. Here I tell you it's easy, but once I get the scoring done, all this, it goes together really fast. Okay, so those are scored at 1 centimeter, so it just makes a little triangle like that. Okay, we have those. And then we need 2 more pieces, and they are 1.5. So let's see if I can use this little scrap for 1.5. This is going to be interesting, huh? There we go. 1.5 by 3.5. I don't need that one. I need this one. And then we need one that is 1.5. That one's not long enough. 1.5. Am I driving you nuts yet? By 4.5. And like I said, these are more pieces of his little scarf. He's really cute in the long run, and if you get a bunch of them cut, it wouldn't be so hard. And even these I probably should have cut longer, like I did the nose, and then cut them down after I scored them, and that probably would have been easier. I'll do that next time. Okay, let's put him together, huh? My nose, hang on. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, this is the white piece that we scored, right? And I'm going to fold on those score lines. I'm going to use my bone folder and get a really nice crisp fold. Okay, and then I'm going to just take my thumb and kind of round that paper. And I like to do it with both hands, and then that way it kind of does it evenly on either side. And then we're going to just take some glue and put some glue on this tab here. I'm going to just use liquid glue. A little bit goes a long way. Line those up. And now we have the base of our snowman. Easy, just like that, right? Looks like that. Okay, then this one I'm going to do the same thing. This one's not scored. I'm going to just kind of run it through with both hands, and that kind of gets my paper kind of rounded but not lopsided, I guess is one way to put it. And then we're going to make this one into a circle like that. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the edge here. And this one, I guess it just depends how big you want your head. I just want it to barely go over there like that. And then I think I do, look, I have a clothespin here. I'm going to kind of hold him like that so he's ready. Okay, now the hat is a little bit tricky. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold good on all those score lines. And I'm not going to fold it this way or that way. I'm going to just get a good fold on there, and I'll show you how it's easiest to get the hat to fold into the shape that we want. Okay, so you have it looks like this, right? You have this one side that's pretty big. The score line is pretty long, or I guess you'd say. And then on this one, you have the 2 shorter ones at the end. If you just take this and you fold it over that long one like this, and then pinch these together, look, now you have the shape of a hat. Let me show you one more time. Okay, so I folded on all those score lines, right? Looks like this. You have one big area over here and 2 smaller ones at the other end. You just take this and pinch it over like that, and then push these 2 down. Yeah? Okay, so now let's put some glue on there. So I'm going to put glue, right? Let me double check, on these 2 sections that we just pinched over the long section. Once you do the hat, it's pretty easy. It took me a minute to get it right, but once I did. Okay, here's the long section. The section next to that, I'm going to put glue there. And then again, I'm going to take this and I'm going to pinch it over that long section like that, making sure everything lines up side to side, and then pinch those down. And now look, you have a little cute snowman hat. Just like that. And that's about it. Okay, let's go ahead and try, see if this guy's dry. He is dry. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue where that seam is of the circle we made. Maybe. Where's my glue? There he is. Okay, and I'm going to set this on top of my body here and try to get it centered because it's just a little bit thinner than what my body is. And then I'm going to hold that down like that, okay? See how he's turning into a snowman? Oops, he's leaning back a little bit, but oh well, I guess that's how it goes this time. He'll be a relaxed snowman leaning back a little bit. Okay, let's take his nose, and you have those 3 score lines. We're going to turn it into a triangle. So it ends up looking like, let's see if I can hold it so you can see it like that. Let's go a little closer. There we go. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on one of those tabs. And fold it over. You might have to set it down and take a pokey tool or something and hold it for a second, let that dry. But then it ends up looking like a snowman nose, and then a little bit of glue on the back. And then we're going to just throw it on his face. Now, let's do it in the center, Kathy, not at the edge. Let me see if I can move that over. Oh, yay, I did. Okay, like that. Now he looks like a straight little snowman. Okay, let's go ahead and stick his hat on there. I think this is dry. I can take this off. A little bit of glue in the center of his hat. And then I'm going to take that and just plop it right here on top of his head. And these are the same. So the hat and the circle, the head, are the same width. So it stays on just like that. So while he's drying, he won't stand up with the clothespin on there, but he'll stand up later. I'm going to take these. These are the 2 that I scored, right? And they turn into a little triangle like this. Okay. I'm going to just take a little bit of glue. Now this is a tricky part, trying to hold it and get it glued. But I'm going to put a little glue on this triangle, or this side and this side. So see, I got glue on both sides. And then I'm going to just take this and I'm going to stuff it in his neck back here. And this is the same width as his head. So it makes a little, this is the back of his scarf. But it hides that nasty seam where your 2 circles, or your, whatever this is, your egg and your circle, are glued together. We'll do the same thing on this one, only we're going to stuff it in the front. Oh, no, not that one yet. Whoa, Nelly, got ahead of myself. I'm going to take these 2 little strips here, and they're not quite the same length, but they're the same width, and I'm going to cut them at the same time. It helps if you have designer series paper that has a middle kind of section, but I'm going to just kind of cut up a little bit and then just make a banner like that. Okay, there we go. So now I have 2 little pieces with little banner. I'm going to kind of curl them this way so they follow the shape of my snowman, and then kind of just curl it back. So it doesn't have much curl, but I want it to kind of fit the shape. So when you put it in here, it kind of goes down the shape of the snowman, but then it has that little flare at the end. I hope that makes sense. Probably not. I don't think I usually make much sense, but if you have questions, let me know. Okay, now we're going to glue these 2 together. Whoop. And I'm going to put the little one on top of the larger one. A little bit of glue. Just kind of at a little bit of an angle. And then some glue on the back of this one. And then we're going to stuff it in his neck right here. There we go. Like that. Now we're going to do the same thing with this one, how we put a little bit of glue on both ends. This side and this side. And then we're going to stuff this right here in his neck. And then there you go. Let's see, try to get it straight. Hold it in there for a second. And there, whoops, let's get rid of that. It's all dry now. And there you go, just like that. There's your little snowman. Then you take your little chocolate and you put it in the bottom, and then he stands up just like that. Simple, quick, easy. Like I said, the hat might be a little bit tricky to fold, but now that I've showed you how to do it, it should be really easy. Okay, there you go. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you make some snowmen. Okay, see you later. Bye.